So it seems that the general wish is for us to dig in and make good on what holdings we have before pushing on to the airport, and before even that, hiring on new people. So, how to do this? Well, first, we're going to go to Merc. Notice the slow download speed.
Well, hello! Returning customers are a good sign. It is fair to say that this has been a trying venture. It's difficult starting out on your own with established competition. I am pleased you continue to patronize us.
Let's have a look at the files. Now, Spec's agency here is competitor to Merc, to AIM, but it's not as good for obvious reasons. The 6 sorry souls we have here are, frankly, subpar for the most part. They have glaring weaknesses, maybe a couple of strong stats, but otherwise they're not much to look at. But they can fulfill roles as pack mules and backups for what they're actually good at. So, what I'm going to offer is a choice of 3 pairs. We can have the cowardly duo of Biff and Flo. They are good at teaching and carrying things around from place to place as pack mules. Next we have the crazy duo of Haywire and Razor, both quite insane, but as you can see from Razor's physical stats, for example, half decent in combat. And so if hired, they'll function as secondary fighters, willing to watch our backs, as well as pack mules, of course. Finally, there's Gasket here, and Gumpy. Gasket is surprisingly good mechanically. Gumpy, on the other hand, yeah. However, he has one of the highest wisdom stats in the game, so can be trained up. So for that team we have the combination of the outstandingly stupid here, with 49 wisdom, which is pretty damn low compared to pretty much every other merc in the game, bar a couple, and 94 on Gumpy's part. I do forewarn you though, if you choose Gumpy and Gasket, don't complain to me that Gumpy's voice is annoying, because it is. I sometimes set him up to get deliberately killed, and I'm usually quite a nice person, so yeah, maybe that's just me, but he can be muted, thankfully. Anyway, why, I hear you cry, why should we hire any of these guys? They're all subpar. Well, they're cheap, that's true. But the thing is, when we pay Spec, when we pay him enough of the salaries per day, he invests that money to recruit better talent. And at first, he doesn't really succeed. The immediate mercs that become available as he expands the agency are quite terrible, to be honest. But 3 or 4 mercs in, we start getting some good ones, especially with 1.13, so I don't want us to miss out on that. Anyway, that will be our backup pair. They'll mostly be used off the battlefield, carting things around, but also being drafted in when the situation calls for it. As for the AIM group, I was thinking we hire a pair from here, and I'm going to give you more freedom of choice. I picked out 5 guys who I think might be relevant to our interests at this point in the game. So in alphabetical order, we have Grizzly, and here's his voice. That's the great thing about AIM, you can call ahead to see if you have a problem with the voice acting.
Yeah, what do you want?
He functions best for carrying stuff around, and he's not half bad in combat as well. Second, in alphabetical order still, Hitman Hennessy. He's getting on a bit in life, but look at that marksmanship. For that price, very good in combat, and decent reactions as well.
Hello, Ace. You're talking to Hitman Hennessy, mercenary for hire.
Next on our list is Ice. As you can see from his stats, excellent physical condition, decent wisdom, room for growth, and overall a well-rounded merc.
Yeah, this is Ice.
Next we have Nails. Excellent strength and dexterity. plus a way of getting into things that aren't meant to be broken into, which might be useful considering Barry fails about a third of the time.
Nails.
Yes, very descriptive. And finally, as our last option, Wolf, a good all-rounder with some room for growth. You generally can't go wrong picking up Wolf. He's like a poor man's Rambo, although that's being a bit mean.
Wolf here.
Okay. Price is no object either, because we have a daily income now that's steadily expanding, and I'm willing to wait for as long as it takes to accumulate the necessary funds to pay for the mercenaries that people choose to hire. So, there are your options on the table. I hope I've given sufficient time to pause and look at the stats if you're so inclined. And once enough people have contributed on that front, you'll see us moving on with a much expanded team into Drassen Airport after having reinforced Chitzina and hopefully securing the entire city while being prepared for the counterattack.